Lolly B was a young man with a bright future. He had a good job, a loving family, and a promising portfolio of investments. Life was good. Then the stock market crashed. The crash took everything from Lolly. His investments evaporated. His job disappeared overnight. Despair set in. He felt lost and alone. The future seemed bleak. Lolly spent days struggling to find work. Each rejection chipped away at his hope. He felt like a failure. His family tightened their belts, but the worry lines on their faces deepened.
One night, surrounded by my grandmother's old cookbooks, I found solace. I remembered the aroma of her kitchen, the taste of her bread. A spark ignited within me. I would bake.
Lolly's grandmother had always said baking was about love. He poured his grief and hope into her recipes. He started small, selling bread to neighbours. Word spread about his sourdough and cinnamon rolls. The initial income was small. Lolly used it to cover basic expenses. He delivered bread on foot, saving every penny. He worked long hours, the heat of the oven a constant companion.
I named my bakery Grandma's Secrets. Each loaf, each pastry carried a piece of my heart. My family rallied around me, helping me bake, pack, and deliver.
Running the bakery was a challenge. Rent was due every month. Bills piled up. Lolly barely slept, worrying about making ends meet. He faced skepticism from former colleagues. One day, a former co-worker saw him delivering bread.
Ha! Look at you, a glorified baker.
But then I would see the smiles on my customers' faces. I would taste the bread, warm from the oven. I would remember my grandmother's words. I pressed on. Narrator. Humiliation stung Lolly. He questioned his decision. He considered giving up. The city felt cold and indifferent.
One afternoon, a kind woman named Mrs. Thompson walked into Lolly's bakery. She loved his bread but noticed his struggles.
Lolly, I can see you have a gift, but you need a bit of help with your branding and marketing.
Mrs. Thompson, a retired marketing executive, offered to help.
Let's create a website and get you on social media. You should share your story, your grandmother's legacy.
Mrs. Thompson, I appreciate your help. I can't do this by myself. Narrator. Lolly listened intently. He knew he couldn't do it alone.
He swallowed his pride and embraced Mrs. Thompson's advice. He started offering tastings and participating in local farmers' markets. With Mrs. Thompson's guidance, things began to change. Customers flocked to Grandma's Secrets. Lolly's story resonated with them. They tasted the love in his baking.
This is amazing. People are really enjoying my bread.
He hired bakers, expanding his menu. His bakery became a local favorite. Lines snaked down the street each morning. Lolly's eyes twinkled with newfound confidence.
I can't believe how far we've come.
One day, the former colleague who had mocked him walked into the bakery. He was jobless and seeking help.
Lolly, I need a job. Can you help me?
Lolly, without hesitation, offered him a job. He believed in second chances.
Of course, I believe everyone deserves a second chance.
Over time, Lolly opened multiple branches of Grandma's Secrets. His story became an inspiration. He had gone from despair to triumph. He had found his purpose.
I never imagined we'd get here, but I'm so grateful for the journey.
Lolly never forgot the lessons he learned. He remained humble, treating his employees and customers with kindness. He never took his success for granted. He knew it was a gift.
The stock market crash had broken me, but it had also made me. It taught me the importance of humility, the power of faith, and the sweetness of second chances.
He was grateful for the journey, for the lows that had led him to this high.
Thank you, everyone, for being part of this incredible journey.